What's going on, everybody? This is Rob Wilson of RWR Solutions, and welcome to Talk Chat and Chill. It's Monday, the 17th of October, 2022, in the year of our Lord, if that's still allowed to say. I am here with you live on Twitch, YouTube, and Rumble. We're going to try to have a little bit of fun. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's I do double duty on Monday. Multi-stream, giving updates on everything to everybody. And once I leave here, I'll take my artwork straight to Twitch because, that's what I want to do. And, I got my life to live, so I'm going to make my own decisions. What I'm here for are a few updates. And I'll give you a heads up what we're going to cover. One, Black Adam's coming out. People have already checked out mentally, and they care less, about another comic book movie or how DC has treated them. The brand has done bad, and so bad that it actually can't do any worse. But it can't go anywhere but go up and improve. And I'm talking about the DCEU brand, with the scripts that was over there prior to David Zasloff. Now we have, there's been some sweeping up, and pretty much things are looking a little bit better. The Rock's admitted to certain things they couldn't get done. And he said it took them 6 years. It feels like when they first announced it took them 10 years. He was talking smack to, the MCU folks, which was good banter. But, seeing it just fall to the wayside was kind of crazy because, The Rock was doing other movies anyway. Just a little bit, what we're going to talk about with that, with Black Adam. And I'll probably mention some of it before. Also, Kanye West today has agreed to buy Parler. And here's my thing. Hey, you can 1 minute like Kanye West, next minute, hey, do whatever you want to do. You get to decide how you think. Never let anybody else decide how you think, especially if you're a grown adult. If you're a kid, you're under 18 or whatever, you still got to listen to your parents or your mentor, your legal guardian, whatever it is. Just don't listen to the rap videos. They'll steer you wrong most of the time. With Kanye West, he says some off the wall stuff, but I mean, hey, again, there's a thin line, and I've mentioned this to many people that have known me. There's a thin line between insanity and genius. Sometimes that wall gets pushed, and hey, most of the stuff I can think of that Kanye West has said, I have learned from in some form or fashion. Some rappers used to do that. They actually had jewels and gems that they could teach you, not just through their lyrics, but their ambitions. Besides just getting drugs, money, and hoes, same old stuff. So here's my thing. I've been on Parler since they were scrapping people off of Twitter over the 2020 election. I've been on Parler since then. I experienced, when Amazon Web Services dropped their stuff. I went through all that. Parler's still here, and I think it's here to stay. So that's another thing we're going to talk about as well. And it's all of its glory. The social media wars. We went from the information war, now we're headed to the social media war. That's where we're at. And I'm going to check out some CG news if there is anything surprising, shocking. Nothing but something outside the usual. And we'll see how that goes. Also, I went to Anime USA 2022 this past weekend. It was an interesting convention. I went there mainly to network. But I learned that at the age of 40 years old, it's just kind of not my scene anymore in regards to the age groups and all that. So it was a good completion of years of attending. When I first went, I was attending with two of my friends, that are no longer with us. So kind of went there to, you know, um, appreciate, all that, all those great memories, because it's always cool. Those things are cool when you go with your friends and you really get to mingle, have a good time, and all that stuff. So, yeah, for Jace Terrell, Big Tony Vaudry, that was for you guys. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a whole nother generation now. I mean, I get the cosplay dress up and everything, and it's fun. It's fun. Uh, Halloween, Comic Con, any reason to dress up is fun. Be your own character, take a break from being yourself for a while. I just couldn't figure out after a while who was a man and who was a woman. I just couldn't. I couldn't tell. And, everybody had to wear a mask. The hotel did not mask mandate people, Crystal City Hyatt. But the convention itself, they asked if masks were mandatory. And as I was a sponsor. So I paid that high dollar ticket price or whatnot. Hey, what's going on, Replicate? Now, I think the last time I went to anime convention was in my 20s, and I felt so out of place and uncomfortable. I lost all interest there. Pretty much that, that's what I was kind of in. That was my placement this time around. I talked to a couple of folks. I think I talked to more flight attendants and pilots because they were about around my age than I did actual people at the con, which was pretty funny. Reagan National, it's pretty busy area. People coming and going. But yeah, there was even one artist. I went around Artist Alley and scoped out some of the art, and there was one artist whose work I actually wanted to get. And I told her I was going to come back, the next day to get it. And when I came to, get one of her pieces of art, she apparently was one of the few artists that had a emergency, and she had to leave. So I didn't get a chance to buy her art. It's a shame, but it happens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that I'm done with the anime convention thing. It's pretty niche-ish over here, of course, in America. Bring Japan to America. Then you got American anime, Americanized anime, and all that kind of stuff. I'm just so checked out of it, But I asked people, if they enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. They had a great time. I was not going to be in the rave parties trying to figure out who was a man and who was a woman. Not doing it, And plus, you got the whole 6 feet thing. Everybody's scared of everybody's breath. Their vapors and shit. So it's just like I had a better time. The two main things I enjoyed doing when I was at Anime USA was reading the comic books that I brought with me. And I'm gonna speak on that too, because the first one I read, I completed volume 4 of Graveyard Shift. I like the story. I've started on volume 2. I do have my disagreements with volume 4, and this is a personal preference because I'm an artist. Normally when I buy a comic book, it's not just for the story, it's for the art too. I want the art to inspire me. And initially it took me a minute to kind of get used to John Malin's art style. Then it grew on me, by the time I read volume 3. And when they switched artists in volume 4, I read the comic book so fast, man. It was like I'm not knocking other people's art. I'm not. I'm just saying that, like, having that switch kind of made my focus only on just reading the story. I'll put it that way. But We'll see what this next one does. Was it Omega Storm? This new iteration of Graveyard Shift. We'll see what it does. Hopefully, we get John Malin back on the artwork. You know, because I am a supporter of his artwork. I support any and all artists that are up and coming and really trying to grow. I do like consistency though. I love that. But I get it. That's a lot of pages. I'm nowhere near at that level. For as fast as he probably banged it out, and he's a professional. Respectfully. But I like Graveyard Shift. I finished it up. Well, at least volume 2, 3, and 4, because I guess I came on the campaign late, so I didn't get volume 1. I ordered that for the Omega Storm campaign, so I backed the Omega Storm campaign twice. Once for the actual, the new book that's coming out and some accessories, and then back order volume 1 of Graveyard Shift. So I look forward to seeing the initial. And then also got a chance to read Isom #1. Isom #1. Oh man, there's something about when that first comic book gets down on the ground and new characters are being introduced, new concepts, who's who, defining the exceptional characters. All those things are important, and I enjoyed it. I had a great time. The artwork was fine, and I think it was a semi decent balance between the artwork and the story, which I thought was great. Yara kicked some butt. She kicked some butt, no hands down. No debate about it. So Night Scribe, what's up, man? Ice #1 was awesome. Good to see you on Twitch. Hopefully I'll see you there later. Once I leave here, I'll hop on there and start doing some art. Heck yeah. Yeah. So the build up, especially towards the end. And with this first book, before I had too many, judgments, I would have done it this way, or I would have done it that way, or I'm mentally checked out and whatever. I just soaked it in as a sponge for what it was and just say, okay, my anticipation is building as I'm learning, these new characters in this new world, and, these groups of exceptional people, and, the rivalries. So, seeing that Isom is not really that overpowered or that OP'd, which was good, it kind of gave you a build up to see that he is a bit of an underdog, and that makes his victories that much more sweeter, because it's like, okay, took an L from this person, they're gonna fight again. I hope they get him this time, come on, So you start to root for Isom like he's Rocky, so to speak. And I enjoyed it. Hail to the Mo Biggs. What's going on, man? Mo Biggs, Night Scribe, and Replicant in the house. So yeah, Isom #1 was worth it. I enjoyed it. I even enjoyed the artwork of Eric July's band. I thought that was pretty cool, and some of the cameos were I thought were really good at the end. And seeing the original artwork and concept art of Isom #1 was enjoyable as well. That kind of got my mind into the creative process, and that's what I love. I get inspired by other people's work. So that was. Even though I mentioned 2 comics, that was one of the best parts of the convention that I went to. And the second best part was some friendly banter between me and 80s when we were on his show, and we were talking about some things, just kind of shooting the stuff. And I asked a question about, I was about to say Shazam. I asked a question about Black Adam, but I'm going to go see the movie. However way I do. And for anybody that does go see the movie, great. If you don't want to go see it, cool. But after I go see the movie, I'll talk about it and give my personal impression if it was better than anticipated or worse than anticipated, because that's what I do. I've done movie reviews and stuff like that before YouTube had live stream, before I even heard of Twitch. I used to do black screen reviews. Were they super popular? Probably not, obviously, because I've been YouTubing my whole life. But I'm just simply saying that, it's what I'm doing is a routine that I've been doing for a long time because I like movies, and I draw inspiration from movies. So, Mo Big, so I hope you like it. Yeah, and I mean, I don't even care about the main character, Black Adam. I want to see Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. That's what I want to see, and I want to see how that comes off into the whole story. Hawkeye or Hawkman, I could care less. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I'm rolling with that. And I mean, shucks. I skipped Thor: Love and Thunder because they were saying it was the gayest MCU movie of all time or the gayest Thor movie. I ain't watching that stuff. You know what I mean? If you sound it like that. But The Rock seems somewhat humble. I know he's kind of wishy-washy character when it comes to politics or whatever. But he hasn't been like down-talking anybody. It's still early, though. You know how these actors get when they got a movie coming out. What was it just last week? Jamie Lee Curtis, she bashed the hell out of Kanye after Halloween Ends came out, which I haven't seen yet. Halloween Kills was so freaking bad at the end. I was like, do I want to watch the next one? Whether it's coming to HBO Max or not, which is included in my cable. I might, but I mean, there's tons of other stuff I could watch instead. That's my whole key thing. So we'll see. Hopefully The Rock doesn't, try to, get on this high horse on Twitter and say something to upset people, and then people end up not going to see the movie. Why sabotage your own product? I know I wouldn't. So now, I think we pretty much covered all the stuff that I initially wanted to talk about with Black Adam. Next up is this whole social media war thing that we got going on. I think it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen right quick. Including your cable, you may as well be directing cuties yourself. Yeah, I was in the behind the scenes and shit, and I didn't know what was going on. I just saw a bunch of kids walk by. Mo Biggs, you're contributing to it all. Hey, it is what it is, man. I mean, I didn't agree to contribute my taxes to funding weapons to freaking Ukraine, and who knows what kind of proxy wars are going to come out of that. Right out of my tax money. Ain't got no control over that, huh? Or I could just say, hey, I'm not paying taxes no more, and go to jail. Straight to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. There's only but so much we can keep track of, and all these, defund and don't support and protest and all that stuff. It's too much. There's a new thing to protest every week. And, like I tell people, hey, life is good if you got time to protest against Dr. Seuss. Life is good if you got time to protest, somebody having a Bible verse on their Twitter profile. Life is good. Because if life was shitty, you wouldn't be worried about that kind of stuff. You'd be worried about trying to survive in this post-apocalyptic, zombified, COVID biological weapon bullshit. I'm just talking fiction. Don't pay me no mind. Don't ban me, YouTube. And of course, if you do, this is on Rumble and Twitch. That's why I always try to promote them too. Who will last? And in fact, there was something you said on Twitter, Replicant, that I wanted to read this. I didn't get a chance to because I was writing some stuff up. Uh, oh yeah, you were saying also Facebook may go the way of MySpace sooner than later. The decline in users is looking pretty bad. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, look, if Facebook dies, great, great. I will celebrate. If YouTube dies, phenomenal, phenomenal. You know, YouTube can kiss my ass. You know, I don't like YouTube. You know, I'm here because this is where most of the population is. But once Rumble came about, and what I could do with Rumble and some of the assets, paying $5 a month to have, you know, the space to archive my stuff, I'd rather pay to play and not have to worry about getting censored than having something for free and getting, oh my gosh, am I going to get censored? I'm like Superman, you know, flying. When are they going to censor me? They're going to throw me in the Phantom Zone. Oh my gosh. You know, so that's how I look at it. And a while back, you know, previous profile I had on YouTube, Omni In-Game, which I just don't post anything. You know, I got censored so much and copyright struck on copyright-free music. It's just like, bro, I can't give YouTube all of my power. Same thing with Facebook. I can't give Facebook all of my power. You know, I got to spread out my content and make sure that it is protected on many different platforms. You got Delaros, he's freaking he's on Gab, you know, he's promoting that. He's on Locals, he's promoting that, you know. And I get it, you know, that's where everybody's mainly at on YouTube. I get it. But like, you know, when you got Ghislaine Maxwell's sister somewhere calling the shots between YouTube and Google, get the hell out of here. If you're on YouTube, you're supporting Ghislaine Maxwell. It's like, it's just too much to keep up with. I'm trying to draw. I'm trying to create comic books, trying to have fun, and listen to music in the process. So that's kind of where I want to keep things simplistic. So the more complicated stuff I can write about and I can draw about, and, you know, put those concepts in there, and hopefully there'll be a piece of history for all time, even after the zombie apocalypse. So yeah, let me go to this right quick. I don't think there's. All right, yeah. I don't think there's a video on here, so I'll go ahead and share this. Kanye West agrees to buy Parler. Here's everything you need to know about the controversial social media platform. See that right there, that whole premise right there, just set the stage for you to dislike and dismiss, you know, what it is that Kanye West is supporting. Right there. You know, the first part, they said, okay, that was the story. But then they got to add in, oh, it's a controversial social media. Is it controversial because you freaking guys freaking censored it? Because people were leaving Twitter and going over there because Twitter was like banning people when they had, you know, proof of election fraud. I get it. I'm just talking fiction. Pay me no mind, YouTube. Editorialized in the headlines. Nice journalism. You know what I'm saying? So, here we go. Musical artist and fashion designer Kanye West, who now goes by the name of Ye, has agreed to acquire social media platform Parler, the company's parent Parliament Technologies announced Monday. In a world where conservative opinions are considered to be controversial, we have to make sure we have the right to freely express ourselves, Ye said in the statement. It's true. That even goes for Kanye West. If he says something crazy, okay, let's put that in the record books. Let's put that in the Kanye archives, you know, so to speak. And that'll be duly noted. People get to see both sides of the man, not just one side of the man, or any person for that matter. You know, if you like him for one thing and then you dislike him for another, so be it. You know, I'm not big on, hey, you should hate this person because I don't like him. Let me formulate my own opinion. Let me do my research because that's how we got to the point where I was supporting Donald Trump. I didn't vote for him the first go round, 2016. I thought he would be a great distraction for Democrats so they can stop taking my damn tax money. But, people kept saying, oh, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that, he said this, he said that. He's about to be impeached. I'm like, did he really say that? Let me see for myself and do my own due diligence. I owe that to myself, at least, when it comes to making an informed decision, especially when voting. And lo and behold, I saw plenty enough stuff, words come out of his mouth and actions taken and legislation being passed when he was in. It was like, these people that accuse him of this stuff, they're the ones that's insane, not him. He's trying to get stuff done. And there will always be roadblocks for people that are ambitious about trying to get things done. There will be roadblocks, whether it's among peers or whether it is among your detractors. So let's continue. The purchase has spurned several questions about Parler on Monday. Here's everything you need to know about the controversial social media platform. What is Parler? Parler is an alternative social media platform that is popular among conservatives. Founded in 2018, Parler is marketed as the premier global free speech platform. Oh, Mike Lindell has a free speech platform too. Truth Social and Parler, Getter, Gab. I mean, I think it's great times. It's great alternatives. It's just a matter of whether the person wants to leave, where, everybody's gathered and deal with that, or expand out. It takes a lot of guts to expand and try something new. But, it gets tiresome. I know I get tired of being I was tired of being put in Facebook jail. I was tired of being censored on YouTube. So I started looking up other alternatives. There comes a time where it's like, hey, I'm just trying to have fun, maybe have a conversation, speak my mind. And when that turns into, John Spartan, you have been fined so-and-so for using profanity. Like, this is Demolition Man future. The hell with that, man. I'm not one to keep butting my head up against the wall if they're going to keep doing that. So that's why I do these weekly YouTube streams, and hopefully I got a chance to see some of the speed paintings that I put up, the time-elapse speed paintings, because I love doing those. I do video editing, and all that stuff is copyright-free music. But yeah, I still get copyright claims on it. It's like, I don't have time to reverse the decision of freaking AI or algorithms. The algorithms are already taken over. It's running people's lives. And now we got artwork, AI artwork, which is about to be very challenging to people like myself, whose livelihood has always been art. If somebody can just type in stuff and say, oh, I want this, this, and that, and then just get it instantly, you're really taking away from the heart and soul of one of the greatest aspects of humanity, and that is creativity. If all AI is doing is accumulating every artist's previous work and referencing that and making a quick, piece of art based off of that, they're not creating anything. They're just copying all the best aspects of what they find based on what you're typing. You know what I mean? Instead of artificial intelligence, they might as well just call it algorithmic intelligence, because that's all it does. It's got this huge database. Google, and any other search item that agrees to cooperate with this stuff. And you got this algorithm, searching out the best of what it is that you like. And they just regurgitate it to you. There's nothing really truly creative about that. And it's going off of human creativity already. All right, so that's my whole issue on that, because I know that's the future enemy right there. AI art, I got I have no support of that at all. Now that's a dog in the fight that I will have a reason to, not support at all. you know, if need be. But we'll see. All right, so let's see, where we leave off before I start spilling out all these words I was talking about. Parler bears some resemblance to Twitter, where users can create posts called parlays within a character limit. Parler users can also follow other users and engage with them in the comment section. Yeah, I mean, typical social media. The company also called itself a solution to problems that have surfaced in recent years due to the changes in big tech. A common line of thinking from some conservatives and big tech critics, likely referencing the practice of content moderation, which has led to some users being suspended and removed from the platform. Why is Parler controversial? One of the main selling points of Parler is why it lacks its lack of content moderation, which has seemingly encouraged speech that other platforms may view as harmful. Some posts on the platform feature content including but not limited to anti-Semitism and conspiracy theories. New York Times compiled some of those posts in a story of 2020. For example, Parler has also allowed accounts associated with the QAnon movement, an American political conspiracy movement with several false claims about numerous topics that can be found here. They can't even say it. While other social media platforms have taken steps to remove QAnon, which, yeah, I'm not even going to get into that, affiliated accounts. So, I mean, people got to go have somewhere where they can speak their mind, you know? That's important. I am nowhere near becoming concerned about AR art. IMO. It needs to be a hell of a lot more robust and complex to compete with human art. Well, I mean, you know, just like they had the machine arm, the robot arm that performed the 1,000-cut samurai move gesture right next to a very well-trained samurai. It was an amazing feat. Only one of them were sweating, you know, obviously. But yeah, I wouldn't want to give any of that stuff to AI. And there are people that, you know, probably contribute to it. Even in Clip Studio Paint, you got an option where you can color your art with AI. Nope. Nope. I have no contributions to that. All right. Parler users are left to fact check posts manually. Yeah, do it yourself. If something is true that you don't agree with, look it up for yourself. And then man up or woman up to the freaking truth. Don't sit back and say, I don't like this. I'm not going to believe it. I'm not going to do any research because I don't want to believe it. Dumb. Let's see. If you can say it on the street of New York, you can say it on Parler. Parler's co-founder and then CEO, John Martz, says in 2020. Why is Parler banned? In January 2021, Parler was banned from several mainstream social media hosting services following the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol, including Apple and Google. Google removed Parler's mobile app from its app store for allowing posts that would incite ongoing violence in the U.S. You know what? I'm going to stop it there with this article because I know myself. And I know exactly what I could say to all that nonsense that part of that nonsense that I just read. But hey, look, I've been on Parler. In fact, let me check something. Because I shared this, I totally forgot, you know, to start sharing on Parler. Because I share on Facebook, I share on Instagram, I share on True Social. I share on, I used to share on Tumblr, but Tumblr's so dead. There's nothing going on over there. I share on Gab sometimes too. So it's good to have those kind of alternatives in my mind. We don't allow fake news. So anyway, there was an insurrection. You know, um, I'm kind of reminded of a some kind of rap line where I could hook that up together. Just someone insurrectionist. It's terrible, but you get the idea. I've heard it so much. But yeah, like Parler, I got 18 followers on Parler, and I'm following like 53 people. I got some. I believe my artwork is still previously on here. No. Yeah, they reset because when they had the transition over to I joined November 13th, 2020. Yeah, when they had that crash with Amazon Web Services, I guess they had to dump. They had to leave everything behind that was taken from Amazon Web Services. So I got to build it up all over again. And I don't mind doing that, on a free platform. And here's the thing. These platforms that are free, allow free speech. Nobody really bothers you over there, Twitter, you'll get back and forth banter. Facebook, you'll get back and forth banter that may have been even influenced by the algorithm that they use just to nudge you and get you more engaged because they want your data at the end of the day. Watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, there's other ways you can watch it, okay? Without supporting the man. If you want to do that, do your thing. So with that being said, I can't put all my eggs in one basket. I had to learn the hard way, about that, and I never done it since. So I will always support multiple platforms. I will always support different routes, even with artwork software, software for making art. I started with what was it, Manga Studio Pro. I got good with that, and then one of the upgrades to it ended up sucking, and I didn't like it, so I ended up going to Photoshop. Photoshop has some great tools. Half of them I didn't need, and the rest of them slowed down my computer. So then I started looking for other stuff, and then that's when Clip Studio Paint came around, Procreate, for iPad came around, and I still use both. I still have a backup alternative. I got PaintStorm on standby if any of these other platforms fail. People don't like the subscription model, and I agree, with some things to that regard. I don't want to have to keep paying a monthly subscription for something that I want to own. And since it's digital software, need updates and bug fixes. But when it comes to like Clip Studio Paint, would I pay for that? Oh snap! Hail Odin Dasco, what's up, man? What's up? Let me see here. I want stuff in Rumble, but it won't replace YouTube for me until they get their live stream chat tech up to at least 2014 standards. I know, right? And that's the thing, it's growing pains. Nobody starts on top. Excuse me. I had a burrito before I started. I was hungry. So yeah, with that being said, as far as paying for art software, doing subscription model, I have an LLC. So I have like an actual business, and that is a business expense. And when I file for my taxes, I claim that to what I paid, on an annual basis. I know this doesn't work for everyone, but I'm just stating my case and how I made it work for me. I'm sure there are ways that, if you do digital software or, whatever your medium is, you can find a way for it to work for you. And I'm not going to spend time, saying that you should do it one way or the other, because you have your own life to live, as do mine. I have my own life to live, and I have decisions that I have to make. No one is going to wear my shoes when I get up in the morning. I have to wear them. And that's just reality, So that works for me with that. Oh, yeah. So I'm supposed to be also looking up. See if we got anything new on comicsgate.org. I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting actual like Indiegogo things. I don't want to just pop on to um, I don't want to just pop on to somebody's YouTube video. Rumble exists, and that's about the level of my interest. Was interested in Odyssey at one time, but YouTube is still fair and away king. Oh yeah, I mean that's why everybody goes to it. I mean if YouTube, if the longevity of YouTube hasn't stated anything else, is that hey, it's had time to adjust its business model many times over, and in compliance with government too. So that's another reason why YouTube has become majority's go-to. And when I started to notice, Odin, that some videos that I would look up and I learned and learned from, and started doing research afterwards, when I would go back to YouTube and I couldn't find them, I was like, well, what the heck? And, some of that stuff ended up getting found on Rumble and BitChute too. So that has helped tremendously in finding stuff that, has been censored, especially these last couple years. Censorship city. So alternatives are good to have. I'm not saying, hey, everybody go over to Rumble, everybody go over to BitChute, everybody go over to Parler. That's not me. We all got our decisions to make for our own reasons, and I am into a lot of things. I study a lot of think tanks, and some things people have no interest in what I have interest in, and that's fine, So we all got our own path here on Earth. The censorship on YouTube is a legitimate problem. People have to use code words to discuss current events is a joke, but the other sites have to get things together if they want to catch up. Correct. So like if Rumble and what's the other one? Rumble, Odyssey, I tried. It was a little too complex for me to, try to figure out. So I understand what Odin was saying about Odyssey. But yeah, Eric July, he uses Odyssey and he uses Twitch. Different functions, different reasons for it. But censorship is something that's something that YouTube could improve if they wanted to. But they want those government bucks, so they'll comply with whatever nonsense that government will come up with next. I am guessing that censorship will happen on the other sites once they reach a certain level of success. Yes, Odin actually mentioned that about 2 or 3 weeks ago when Rumble was announced going public, and I stated that now that it's gone public, based on what stock investors it will have. Hail CG, what's up, Crowfire Studios? How you doing, man? How's it going? Hope you're holding it down on this wonderful Monday. But once they get into the stock market and they start getting additional people on there, that's when I foresee a lot of the problem starting to partake, because there's too many hands in the pot at that point. Oh, Crowfire Studios. Okay, that's Arvid. Arvid the man, holding it down. Yeah, I got to start leaving when Arvid leaves on those Saturday night 80 streams before all hell breaks loose. That's going to be my timer from now on. I'm going to be like, oh, Arvid's leaving? All right, I'm out too, guys. Peace out. Oh, man. Good fun times. Uh-oh. You speaking French in here? Or is that Spanish? That looks like French. I could be wrong. So, yeah, that's just kind of like my take on it. And that could go for anything. Having alternatives is important. There's no other way around it. I couldn't beat around the bush. Get out while the getting is good. I have impeccable time around. Yeah, I gotta learn it, man. I gotta learn it. You know, Harvard leaves like 10 minutes in. I know that's like what's his name? EVS. He had to start showing Comicsgate Kings. Oh, that's closed. He started doing Comicsgate Kings earlier than the 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock spots because I think who's it? Mike Barron. He normally goes to bed pretty early, so like he'll last for like maybe the first hour and then he's out. Gray Matter, a dark sci-fi comic series. Oh yeah, if y'all have any, if there are any campaigns going on, be sure to drop them in the chat. I'll go ahead and draw attention to them. You know, sharing the CG life as usual. Let me see. For now, I'm going to. All right, let's play this. Gray Matter.
Hello and welcome to Gray Matter. Gray Matter issue number 1 is a 28-page full-color cyberpunk adventure. Set in the near future, cybernetics are now part of almost every human body.
Gray lives matter. Well said, Odin. We gotta count everybody.
But it comes with a drawback. Cybernetics slowly kill you. The fusion of flesh and metal is never meant to be a long-term relationship. The metal leaches poison into the body slowly over its use. The more you use, the faster the poison moves. We follow Leah, a young woman who makes her living slugging it out in underground street fighting rings. Leah lives waiting until her use of cybernetics finally causes the poison, known as graying, to kill her. Things change when she is offered a job to bring a young girl named Rachel to the safety of the inner city. This job brings money that can make the rest of Leah's life a little more comfortable. But what Leah discovers is this girl shows no symptoms of cybernetic poisoning, making her highly sought after by the crime lords controlling the outer city. What follows is a journey that is sure to push Leah to her breaking point, and possibly to a quicker death than any Gray could provide. This campaign, we are offering Gray Matter issue number 1, and the Indiegogo exclusive variant cover. Both books offer beautifully rendered artwork, but only the Indiegogo exclusive variant features behind-the-scenes artwork, character renders, and a bunch of extra features. If you like your science fiction or cyberpunk a little dirty, scrappy, and full of grit, you'll love Gray Matter. Back Gray Matter today, exclusively on Indiegogo.
I can dig it. This definitely seems pretty interesting. It's in demand, so let's see. You got options: title, ultimate tier, PDF. Dang, PDF is like $4. Well, I would want like the actual. I would want the actual book for the collection. Let me see. Gray Matter, $14. Let's see. Funniest Lives Matter joke I ever heard was EBS talking about Burl Ives, and Cecil said Burl Ives matter. Hey, we got to count them all, right? We got to count them all. We can't leave nobody behind, except for soldiers. But you know, we got to count everybody. We got to get everybody in there. I'm just kidding, but yeah, this looks pretty interesting. Gray Matter. So talking about the metal augments. Yeah, this looks pretty intriguing. I might have to, since it is in demand, basically I'm guessing that, you know, you can order whenever you want, straight out of Canada. Let's see. Gray Lives. Matter looks awesome. Great artwork. Yeah, I agree, man. I went on and saved it for the follow. See what the hell's going on later. Might have to drop the get this tier right here. Get a 18 by 12 double page poster. So I think that's pretty good, worth it. Let me see. Does anybody need a wrench? Because I'm getting ready to tap out shortly. I'm about to hop over to Twitch and do some artwork. It's not going to be the fun artwork that I normally like. I gotta get my my Pops book cover done, but now it's just the inking. So Super Harem. Tim has a bizarre power. Any woman he has sex with gains superhuman abilities. He's the man. Then this guy, that would be an instant selling point. People are like, hey, how'd you like to have some superpowers, honey? What can I do for you? But I wonder, are they bound to him once he bestows that power? Let's see. Superman is at least 48 page graphic novel filled with laughter and adventure. More content is possible with stretch goals. So this was 2019 though. Yeah. So that's one thing I try to figure out with these Comicsgate news, how old some of these campaigns are, or if they're fairly new. Vestige graphic novel. Well, but that book came out years ago. See, I'm playing catch up. That's why I be saying I'm new to the scene. Comicsgate student freshman year right here. Freshman year. Yes. Dang, 107. See, this looks good, but it's like it's years old. I'm like, damn. I tell women that, they don't believe me. Oh my gosh. Farah Numeralizers are great colors. Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do my research. And by the sword of Grayskull. My gosh. I see the booty. Yeah, this looks pretty good. But yeah, as I'm getting ready to wrap up here, damn, folks getting their cap turned back. Oof. Man, look at that epicness. Mixing historical accuracy and fantasy adventure, Vestige links the events of history through the influence of legendary weapons of the past and how the Vestige imbued within these relics might influence the direction of the future for the soon-to-be modern world. These legendary weapons, these relics, convey sometimes vast power to those who possess them, transforming ordinary mortals into superhumans with supernatural abilities. Nice. Unfortunately, there are quite a few titles in demand for years now, which is good. You know, if the books still sell, that's awesome. You know what I mean? I'm a big fan of that. I just try to keep up with cg.org. You know, like I said, trying to learn how they promote their stuff. You know, oldest to the back, you know, newest to the front, that kind of thing. But we'll figure this thing out. But yeah, that's all I got here for the updates, ladies and gents. Yeah, I did mention, this weekend I got a chance to draw all kinds of new big bads for my comics. Can I show them? No. Those kind of hidden characters are reserved for the best moments. So I can't really show them and promote them. But definitely check out some of the speed paintings that I put together, and I will try to produce more of those in the future, probably as YouTube shorts, and yeah, creating new big bads and putting together, still inking some of my covers. So far, I have for Virgin Kill Paradox, I have cover A, B, and C. Cover A is Novera on the front, diving. Y'all have seen that several times. Cover B will be Deuce with the BFG, the Tron Cantron, and cover C will be Detective Tom Russell, who's a mainstay for the story of Virgin Kill Paradox. So once those covers are done, I've disseminated my script to a few people, and one person I think potentially is has editor status. So he's going to give me an initial quote, let's see where we go from there. And I'm ready to pay that dollar, to make sure my stuff is top notch. Because for me, I'm not the best storyteller. I had to read books on learn how to tell stories. Can I tell a story, when I have the stage? Sure, I can produce it and make it sound quite exuberantly, but the writing process, I have to learn that. And it always helps to get extra set of hands, extra set of eyes to look at what it is I'm creating and where, my perspectives come from in that storytelling process. The artwork, too easy. Once the writing is done, then I'm just going to be drawing my ass off. And I want to announce my campaign for Virgin Kill Paradox, as I've stated, when the book is finished or when I'm in the stages of creating trading cards, because I want that to be included in the campaign. VKP trading cards, they won't be as big as Eric July's, but they'll have a description of the characters and kind of set up the lore for that too. So that's what we're looking at. Again, hopefully if I can start drawing interiors the beginning of November, yeah, that's going to be just straight dedication there. Eat, sleep, and draw, and exercise. Got to keep up with my health. Let's see, nice crab. Try and find yourself a copy of the DC Guide to Writing Comics by Denny O'Neil. That I will do. And just as a reminder, and for those who may not know, yes, I've already created a comic book before. This one right here was not my best work, but it was my first work, and printing came out fairly well. I was just busy doing more of an anime style than an American comic style, but I still produced work with the little bit of knowledge that I had in storytelling. Still put it out there, I put it to work. So this time around, I really hope to do way better than what I have done. If this is a testament, this was in 2018, and I'm not, foreign to the concept of creating comics in particular. It's, like I said, it's been a lifelong dream. It's just a story, not good at storytelling. So I spent a lot more time in organizing this stuff. So definitely looking forward to the next iteration. I think this was only a 22-page comic. So for some of my stories, and these are my two homeboys that I went to Anime USA. They passed away some years back, but Anime USA was our first convention we went to together. And True Radio Network was the podcast that I used to do back in the day too. I used to deal with, pop culture stuff talking about why Force Awakens sucks so bad. Profile Studio said, awesome, Rob. Looks great. We all got to start somewhere. That's right. Looks pretty cool to me, bro. Appreciate it, Odin. But yeah, so I still actually have copies of this in my store where I can get this printed on demand. It's still available, but I want to produce a better product than even this. So that's why I'm spending a lot more time, a lot more thought into the process. And I finding the style that I like, which has been somewhat good, you know. In fact, I'm gonna show you. This is cover A. This is just a sketch of it previously. Like I said, y'all have probably seen this before. So this is Novera of Virgil Kill Paradox, and I'm in the coloring stages of this, so it's almost done. And from what I learned from this one, the other two covers will be easy and fast and high quality, hopefully. So that's all I got though for everybody this week. I may do a stream if there's some unscrupulous news that comes out. I will be seeing Black Adam on Thursday night, and after I go see that, I may do a spoiler-free that night of Black Adam, spoiler-free, and try to see where that goes from there, and I'll have it on YouTube, so we'll see what happens. Have to jump back into work. Take it easy, Rob, Mo, Replicant, Arvid. All right, take care, Odin. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And shout out to you for having some time to read over my script, by the way, too. So much appreciate that, bro. Let's see. Fire. Can't wait to see more. Late Odin. Hail and good hunting. The thrill of the hunt never ends. Let's see. All right. So yeah, I'm out of here. I'm about to go draw. I'm gonna chat with Hey Hakeman or Mustache Man. And we like to compile ideas as we're drawing over on Twitch. I get it. I know it's not YouTube, but hey, if you feel inclined to see a whole nother level of drama, Twitch is where it's at. The party never ends there. Chicks be literally throwing their back out. Literally. But that's not why I'm there. I'm there for the music and for the art, of course. All right. Arvid, you take care, man. Thanks for stopping by. Shout out to Arvid, Replicant, Odin Dasco, and Mo Biggs. Always a pleasure to have y'all here. I don't think and Night Scribe. I didn't see General Piggy. He's probably busy. That's a busy dude, you know. If I don't see the General, I know he's working. Plain and simple. So we're gonna go ahead and do this again Monday. I may do a stream Thursday night after I go see Black Adam and express my initial thoughts. And if worthy, I may go see it again. If it's like, okay, this is way better than She-Hulk, this is way better than Thor, and all that stuff, which most of that stuff I haven't watched. So, yeah. All right, so y'all take care. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Stay chilly. Peace out. Remember to keep it Omni. God bless America, because we really, really do need it. Peace out.